We needed a big week for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for a long time now. Things have been dry, more like a drought when it comes to releases of good quality add-ons. So if you've been on the fence thinking about whether you should start using or flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, you should catch up on what the news has been this week. You might change your mind. Let's jump straight into the video. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts of the video, here's a quick word from this week's video sponsor, SoFly. If you are like me and miss the good old days of when you used to buy a retail physical add-ons for your sim, like before we downloaded things in a second, if you are attending this year's Flight Sim Expo, SoFly is offering physical collections of all their products. Now you can jump over to their website, pre-order one of their many bundles such as 5 different collector's editions, essentials or the ultimate USB with all their products, and even a physical edition of their checklist booklet you can pre-order over on their site. Pick it up over in their booth at the Expo. A big thank you to SoFly for sponsoring this video. Jumping straight into this week's announcements and preview news, iKnowBuilds have announced their next aircraft project for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and 2020. This time the team is focusing on a twin-engine turbo aircraft, which is the F406 Caravan 2. The F406 is a very versatile aircraft that can handle itself in many types of mission environments such as cargo hauling, passenger flights, Coast Guard, and surveillance. This time round, it seems to be a bit of a passion project, as one of the team from iKnowBuilds, head of production, has had many hours in the real life when it comes to the F406. The team has access to the real aircraft to assist it with development, and the sound set has been developed by Echo 19 Audio. The F406 will be compatible to have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 career mode in mind. It's nice to see that we are now seeing some developers that have the compatibility when it comes to releases for career mode. But mind you, this would need to be released in the in-sim marketplace for that to happen. iKnowBuilds have not announced a release date just yet, but they have confirmed that the F406 will be handed over to content creators and streamers soon. In the meantime, you can check out the F406 Caravan 2 over on their YouTube channel, as this week the team had a 13-minute preview video of all things Caravan 2. Continue with the theme of GA turboprops, Black Square, when it comes to the Starship, is nearing the release for its first aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This week we've seen a number of detailed tutorial videos over on the Just Flight YouTube channel, as well as some interviews and streams featuring the developers and content creators. If you are eagerly awaiting for the Starship release, as far as we know, more content creators will be able to showcase the Starship from sometime on Sunday, and we expect the release to be soon after. Black Square mentions that the release will be before the end of the month, but it appears it's going to be closer than that. Synaptic this week previewed its Airbus A220 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This week, the team provided a detailed update to the community on the 220 in an hour-and-a-half stream. The team showcased the visual fidelity of the 220 and the aircraft performance, which looks to be very highly detailed. On the system side of things, the A220 looks to include a custom system including electrical, fuel, APU, and custom FMS. The FMS will support RNAV and LNAV and autoland holds, circuit breakers, and detail lighting. The team mentions they plan to release the A220 sometime in Q4 of 2025, and Synaptic mentions that they have some more updates during the year of the project to release to the community. Links in the description below if you'd like to check out the full 1.5 hours of the Airbus A220 from Synaptic update. Something a little closer to home when it comes to previews and announcements, Impulse Simulation has entered beta testing on its latest airport release for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, which is Port Lincoln Airport. The airport is the second busiest airport in the state of South Australia and is a regional destination for airliners such as QantasLink and Rex Airlines. Impulse has mentioned that the airport will be included with full terminal interiors, accurate model approaches for the path with points of interest of the port Lincoln jetty and the silos, an interactive Lincoln Air charter hangar, accurate markings and apron lightings. There is more features to be announced by Impulse Simulations. There is no confirmed ETA release. However, the team has been beta testing the airport, so I wouldn't think it would be too far away. Moving on to this week's release news, and we have a lot of it, too many to mention in one video. However, I have focused on the heavy hitters this week. Boeing seems to be a word that's getting much spoken about this week when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And that's because the iFly this week released its compatible version of its very successful iFly Boeing 737 MAX is now available for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. iFly mentions that this is a compatible version of the MAX for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and they have noted there is some unspecified issues with the simulator that may affect some functions of their MAX. Some of those known problems are missing airport maps and broken RAS features. The team has mentioned despite these limitations, they will be including further updates to the MAX at later stage. And from my personal experience already using the MAX within 2024, it's quite solid and offers a great experience in the simulator. All the iFly MAX customers can download the 2024 experimental version through the software for free if they are a 2020 customer. And if you don't already own the MAX, you can pick up your copy over at the iFly section of the Flight One website. I'll leave a link in the description below. PMDG have released its Boeing 777-300ER for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The team has also released updates to its 777 fleet for 2024 at the same time as well as 2020. This is a free update to the 777-300 if you were a 2020 customer, and it can be done through the Ops Center 3 at no cost. If you don't own the 777-300 yet, you can pick it up over on the PMDG website. PMDG has also mentioned that the 777 fleet is not yet released in the in-sim marketplace just yet. The team is currently working with Microsoft on how to get the best pipeline for the best customer experience release. That being said, the 777-300LR is the last of the PMDG 777 fleet to enter service within Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and the team will enter beta testing with the 200LR this weekend. If you haven't picked up your copy of the PMDG 777-300ER for Microsoft Flight Simulator, links in the description below to the PMDG store. Latin VFR has released its Airbus A340-300 native to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The A340 has previously been technically released and available through its legacy support of 2024. However, this latest update adds several new features, and this release is only available through the in-sim marketplace and includes career mode compatibility when it comes to passengers, and also includes pre-flight visuals such as the engine covers and pitot flags. To make the A340-300 compatible with the career mode, the team had to offer this advanced version of the aircraft within the in-sim marketplace. Features with the release included custom avionics suite, includes realistic LNAV, VNAV, ILS, autoland holds, missed approaches, and route editing, and more. 33 real-world liveries, fully modeled cabins, functional EFB. GPS approaches are supported now, but RNAV approaches will be available in a later update. Career mode compatibility, and you can pick up your copy of the Latin VFR Airbus A340-300 through the in-sim marketplace for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now, if that wasn't enough for you when it comes to some big airliner news for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, we have another one, and this is from Flight Sim Labs. When it comes to the A321CO, received a major update and now includes support for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Not only does the update include compatibility with the 321 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, it also includes a bunch of updates to the aircraft, including a long list of fixes and system updates. A new system implementation of the Airbus Runway Overrun Prevention System, the ROPS, and other updates include both the 2024 release and for the 2020 release as well. Flight model refinements are also included. The sound has been overhauled, EFB customizations, system updates, and effect update. If you already have the A321 CEO as a 2020 customer, you'll be able to download the 2024 version through their software or pick up your copy of the Flight Sim Labs A321 CEO from their website. I'll leave a link in the description below. Other releases for the week that I couldn't cover in this video because it would have been way too long, and that is the Captain Sims when it comes to the Boeing 717 is now in 2024. Hangar Studios released the 713 hybrid electric VTOL aircraft. Imagine Sims released Dallas Fort Worth Airport. I Builds released Providence Airport, and Sim Federation released the Embraer ERJ145, and Just Flight released their Piper Tomahawk, which we showcased in the stream on the channel earlier this week. I'll leave a link in the description for all of those products in the description below. Moving over to this week's Sim Update news, the first beta update for Sim Update 3 for June has just released today, bringing Sim Update 3 beta to version 1.5.7.0. Actually, the last time received a beta update that went public was version 1.5.4.0. So it seems that they have skipped a couple of versions over the last couple of weeks going to a public beta build. As with many other updates when it comes to Sim Update 3, Sim Update 2, and Sim Update 1, the changelog on this version again is very lengthy. Some of the areas that the team is addressing in this update is stability and performance. A number of crashes, data, and crash to desktop fixes has been included. 15 plus general bug fixes, backwards compatibility fixes, a bunch of default aircraft updates including the Air Tractor, the H125, the Skyship 737 MAX, the Cessna 208, the DG1001E, the DG1001E, the Diamond DA62, aircraft core system updates, glass cockpit updates, EFB updates, ATC updates, career mode updates, online services updates when it comes to weather, streaming, and airports, traffic updates, multiplayer updates, VR updates, control updates, and preferable updates. So this is quite a large list when it comes to this version of Sim Update 3. I really hope that they are addressing the high VRAM issues that simmers are facing since the release of Sim Update 2. I'll leave a link in the description below with many other links from this video so you can check out the full changelog. This week over on the InSim marketplace, the releases keep continuing. We've seen a bunch of other releases over there for aircraft. Just Flight have released a bunch of their aircraft available over on the InSim marketplace for PC and also console. It's great to see we're getting some detailed releases for our console simmers. These aircraft include the Piper Arrow 3, the Piper Turbo Arrow 3 and 4, the Piper Warrior 2, and also the Vulcan. Other marketplace releases this week is the Captain Sim 777-200 and some MS Scenery aircraft and helicopters. Of course, please do your own homework when it comes to purchasing aircraft and check YouTube reviews, streams, and of course, news sites. Other products that were released when it comes to the InSim marketplace this week is 19 livery packs, 4 mission packs, 4 night lighting packs, 1 preset pack, and 6 airports. A shout out to Microsoft themselves for listening to the community. They now are listing the developers on the marketplace releases in the thumbnails, which makes information being more transparent so we can let you know who's creating and developing what. It's great to see a whole bunch of aircraft releasing for detail airliners and aircraft for console simmers. This has been way overdue, and I think if you're sitting on the fence about whether to jump over to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, perhaps some of these releases when it comes to airliners and detail aircraft has piqued your interest. Shout out to SoFly for sponsoring this week's video. Links in the description where you can pick up their physical products and then go and pick up your copy of them over at the Flight Sim Expo. And a big thank you to everyone for all your support of late over on the channel. We've been under the weather in the past couple of weeks and missed a few uploads when it comes to videos and a few streams, but we have a stack of content on the way. Only 300 subs away from hitting 100,000 subscribers. If you can, if you're not subscribed, please help get the channel over that line, and it's absolutely free to do so. Hit the red button and we will see you on another video real soon.